Subscribe to this guy.
Subscribe to this guy.
On Friday, I bowled the King of the Hill tournament at Poplar like I always do. We were on the 2008 WTBA World Men's Championships long pattern, coming in at 43 feet, 25 mils of oil, and a 1.75 to 1 ratio. So a little tricky, but I know I can do relatively decent on longer patterns. I also had worked with my coach the day prior on getting my backswing up a little higher, so I tried implementing that into play today, but honestly, I don't think I was entirely ready to put that in the competition yet, so I toned it down a little going into games 3 and 4. My game 1 started off a little rocky. I believe I was in the wrong ball for the first 3 frames, as the exotic gem did not have the drive I thought it would still have, so I switched over to the summit peak and tried my best to keep my angles in and near the pocket. Problem was, I was having targeting issues causing me to just miss, and that's how I ended my game with a lovely 145. I did not want to let this hold me down, as I knew in the back of my head this pattern can actually be very scoreable as long as you knew how to make the correct adjustments. My new problem was putting the trust in my ball to come back and strike for me, and while I dealt with this issue for the next few frames, I knew this 10th frame of mine would be a major catalyst in where I would stand after 2 games, and I no longer wanted to be on the back page of the results. So I locked in.
The best 3 shots of my whole game.
After that game, I promised myself that I'd have a clean 20 frames. Cut was dropping a couple pins with every game, and I knew selling like 2 220s would be all it would take. After pocketing a 5 pin and leaving an entire 124 in the next frame, I balled back up to the summit peak, and this would turn out to be a very good adjustment as I continued to hit pins and make spares, eventually leaving less and less of them as they were instead strikes. Yeah, some of them were light, but I'm not complaining as long as it carries. See what happens when I try to hit pocket? All of a sudden, even though there was still 1 game left to go, I was still not entirely out of it. This game had to be the big one. This game would make or break my chances at making it into the top 16 cut, but I knew exactly what to do and how to do it, and all of a sudden I was extremely confident. Till... oh well, as long as I get 1, I'll be happy. And oh sh**. As we entered the final frame, I didn't know how many pins I would need. I hadn't looked at the standing sheet after game 3, but I knew in the back of my mind I probably needed to at least strike and probably spare 2. So here's what I did. Wow. My ball never turned the corner, just went dead straight, causing me to miss the head pin completely and leave 6. I spared it, but who knows, that could have been just enough. Till I learned that I needed cut to drop 17 pins in order to accommodate me in making the cut. And well, after a nail-biting wait for the scores to be released, I couldn't believe it. Cut had dropped tremendously, and by how many pins? You guessed it! 16 pins. 16 pins. I had just missed the cut by 1 pin. Always get your count.